Hola a todos, bienvenidos, mi nombre es Doncaster y estamos nuevamente en el Juego de Tronos. Vale, como siempre, pues a partir de la tercera temporada ya sabéis, spoilers a tope. Ethan Forrester, Lord de la casa Forrester. O sea, el chaval. El cantautor. Ah, es este el cantautor. Pues tiene cara de majo también.
He hides too well. And if he was smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine.
Me pareciera ahí, me he brincado, que no había encontrado.
I win.
Congratulations, your lordship.
Te corten la cabeza. No, broma.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
Jope.
I do too.
Dejar a Rodri en paz.
But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
O sea, esa es la que está secuestrada, supongo yo, en Roque Casterly.
I don't
Y
want
Rodri que
her
está
to
muerto.
die either. Maester Tengrin said he got sent to the wall.
Y Gareth somos nosotros, hasta ahora, claro.
I'll miss Gareth.
Gareth es fuerte, es un máquina.
I don't know what he did to
Es
get
fuerte,
sent away
fuerte.
like that.
Garrett is strong. He can take care of himself.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Hostia, que al final viene el hombre
Everyone's
este.
worried about
Viene
me,
Ramsay.
But I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
Perdona.
He calls you a milksop.
Perdona.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
No. Bueno, sí,
After all,
voy a ser
you
un
were the
rey
lord
aquí,
of
me
the
cago en
house
10.
now.
Va a
I'll
decir
have
a
him
mí.
punished for saying that.
Uy,
What does milksop mean?
ya se
I don't
decepciona un
know.
poquillo.
But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I
Esta sabe pelear, que
A lord
pringao.
should know how
Que
to
pringao,
fight.
eres el señor que no sabe pelear. Aquí mi maestro va a ser mi hermano pequeño, el del
You remember
palito.
when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Si Rodríguez es mucho más
Where
mayor que
was I?
vosotros, madre.
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you.
Venga, vale, voy a
I
ser
like
buena
you the way
gente.
you are.
Por ti, hermanita.
I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you
Prometo
don't
que no
need to
cambiaré,
be
me cago
like
en
them.
todo.
I promise, I won't change.
Good, because I'd rather have a brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
Recordad mi promesa, Talia, madre
But
mía. La estoy
since
liando
you're
ya.
the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple.
Todo lo que
Really
quieras.
nice if someone
Todo
did
para mi
what I
hermanito y mi
wanted
hermanita.
for
Me cago en
once.
todo.
As many as you'd like, yes.
Joder, está siempre...
Of course. Why not?
Bueno, espérate a ver qué va a pedir el niño ahora, porque eso de recordar...
You're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
O sea, ahora somos este, supongo. Bueno, bien. Me gusta más el otro, pero este está guay también.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience
Ay.
with the Lord.
Si tengo que irme, tengo que
really
irme.
must go.
Que sí, que
It's
voy.
your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were Lord, I would command Ethan to stay.
Ay, entre
With his
esta
family.
y irme, ¿sabes?
Lord Whitehill is a mean old man anyway.
Voy a recordarle quién es
I
el
might
señor.
remind you, Sir Royland, I'm the new Lord of House Forrester, not you.
Eso hoy. Primero, las cosas como
Of
son.
course, my lord.
Así. Y ahora me voy.
It's okay. You should
Ah,
go.
sí, sí.
It's what must be
Pero dejando
done.
las cosas claritas.
Fine, let's be done with it.
Sí, ahí sonriendo. Está un poco enfadadete, pero bien. Y tú, hermanita, me alegra esa cara, que me cago en 10. Desde que te han matado al novio. Y no se ha matado, se ha ido al muro.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there you said you were the Lord. Now prove it.
Let's not do something rash.
Esto déjalo en mis
Things are
manos,
bad
pringao,
enough as
¿sabes?
it
Eso
is.
de
I can
demuéstralo.
handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is
sí.
not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Uy, 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 que este se Ramsay, como se Ramsay. No, Ramsay, de fe. ¿De quién mierda es?
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother.
Hombre,
The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my
hay que ser un
house,
señor
but to his
y hay que
family it's
agradecer
still a loss.
Thank you, Lord Whitehill.
así. Es una de dar la mano porque es un guay. Perdona, ¿serás ir retrasado?
I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself.
Bueno.
I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
¿Cómo te atreves? Y este hombre ha perdido la cabeza si
dare
fuese
you?
por mí.
I dare, and I'll do as I damn well please. And no bread and salt. What kind of fucking house receives
Es que si te
a
damos
lord
comida
with
no te podemos
fucking
matar, que lo
bread
sabes
and salt?
perfectamente.
You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Cago en Dios, que te calmes o te reviento. Aquí no te van a dar de comida hasta entonces.
Oh, man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk. to
Yo
a
soy
lord.
un señor, tú
You
eres un pringao.
Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries. You cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
Es
That's
suficiente.
enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Yo
Hear
pene.
that? Attacked for no reason.
A su familia. Primero a
He
dejar la cosa
murdered his
clarita.
family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer
Así los
for your
entrenas, ¿sabes?
squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the Lord.
¿Y tú cómo
We
reaccionas?
lost
Me cago en
people
10.
too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
Bueno, ya está
You're
muerto en
pig
realidad.
farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their type.
Pues uno se ha
Where's the
cargado.
fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
Ya me he encargado.
Took care of it. He received his punishment and it's done. He's gone.
Así.
What? Gone? That was my justice to deliver, boy, and you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house
Se me
of
te den por
honorable.
culo, ¿sabes? Ahí está, madre. Di que sí.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I
Pues solo
mean no
primerito, señor.
disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Ya
I've
está.
heard enough, Lord Whitehill.
Largo de
Ethan
aquí.
is
Pues no te
Lord
pienso dar comida ni mierda,
By
¿sabes? Como no
rights,
te
his
vayas, te
word is
corto.
law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say.
Me
I'll
parece muy
send him
bien.
a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Bueno, yo también le mando una carta. Pero primero voy a picar.
You're a craven, Lord Whitehill.
Ahí, acuérdate. Así me gusta que te acuerdes. Y tú el primero va a pillar, o sea, cállate. Déjame mirar. ¿Qué? ¿Que soy un buen líder o no?
Your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
Toma ahí.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see
Bueno,
you.
cuando venga Ramsay ya me voy a cagar en
Prepare a
la...
raven.
encima, pero bueno.
We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Ay, mira, es la que está allí encerrada. Creo que está encerrada. Siendo del norte y viviendo donde se lo marcó el rey. Pocas opciones le quedan. Oh, qué
Your sister
bonito.
can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Margaery Tyrell's favor. And Lady Margaery's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Caja de Ironwood. Vale, vamos a ver qué tenemos en nuestra mochila. Nuestro barco, no llámalo X. Vale, tenemos una monedita. Un libro de la casa. A ver, vamos a ver primero la moneda.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him.
Valar
It's a
Morgulis.
strange place, Essos.
Vale, el libro, a ver qué pone. O qué dice.
Ethan made this for me.
Ethan es el nuevo líder. Estoy aprendiendo aún los nombres. ¿Esto qué es?
It was very kind of Lady Margaery to give this to me.
Lady
It once
Margaery.
belonged to Lady
Vale.
Olenna.
Bien, bien, nos llevamos bien con la nueva jefa de esto, del cotarro. Carta sin terminar. Leer primero. O sea, leer y punto.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Margaery has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Y así, ahí queda. Volver. Pueda volver a veros, ya está. Ya he terminado. Lo dicho, que se van a casar ya prontitos. O sea que ya hemos avanzado una media temporada prácticamente en lo que a serie se respecta. Uy, qué guay el vestido, mira el... Vale. Calentador, vamos a encender esto. O no. Vale, a ver qué más hay por esta habitación. Por aquí nada. Qué triste, ¿no? Vale. Vamos andando rapidito. Despacio, rapidito. Despacio, rapidito. Vale. Oh, vamos a ver por la ventana. Bueno, no, primero aquí había algo.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Juego con Roderick. ¿Que Roderick es quién es? Ah, Roderick es el que
I hope to
murió.
see them all someday.
Sí, sí, pues la vas a ver. Le va a ver mucho. Bonita. Vale, vamos a ver por la ventana. Desembarco del rey.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Me acuerda un poco a Sansa, ¿no? Tiene el pelo más chulo, que ya tiene un pelirrojo raruni, pero bueno.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Margaery to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Vale, ojo, Margaery a tope. Uy. También interrumpirme. Estaba investigando mi habitación. Te habrás guardado la carta, ¿no? Como te la lean. Vale, pues vamos a abrir la puerta antes de que se vaya quien sea. Voy.
One moment.
Oh,
¿Quién es?
sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No pasa nada, hombre.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Ah, vale.
Begging your pardon, lady, but you all right?
No te
If you
importa,
don't mind
pero
my asking, you seem rather upset.
lo estoy.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Ha notado
Of
mi
course,
honestidad,
milady.
qué bien.
You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Margaery will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
No quiero que me encuentre con el chico del carbón.
You
Que no por
work
nada.
for Lady Margaery?
Soy su amiga. O sea,
I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
soy su doncella, ¿en serio?
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
Espero.
I saw Lady Margaery just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
Uy, si la pillo me la cargo. O sea, dije.
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
Ay, ay, voy a sacar
it was
información.
definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Perdona, encima hablan de mi casa.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble, but I thought you ought to know.
Gracias.
Most people don't tend to notice a call boy, not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Voy, tengo un espía, me gusta, me gusta. Dile hasta luego, se vaya contento. Que vuelvo con más información. Oh, chaval, está súper bien hecha, ¿eh?
Lady Margaery, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Pues está súper bien hecha.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank
Así
you,
me
my
gusta.
lady.
Esta me
And
cae
you
bien,
know
así que
how
todo
I feel
bien.
about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond
¿Necesito tu
imagining.
ayuda? Venga,
And
va.
your poor family as well.
I need your help, my lady.
Of course, and I will help you in any way I can. But there's another matter we must attend to
Primero que te
first.
ayude yo a ti, ¿no?
You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei
Perdóname, me vas a
herself
echar.
cornered
Una
me
amiga.
this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Joder, chaval, te voy a pillar ya.
She was very pleased with herself. Her face was
Primero,
full of mirth.
no voy a
as she said
excusar, no tengo que dar.
How did you respond?
it. I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother.
Así me gusta.
Nonetheless, she
tanto que-
demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important.
Haré lo que me pidas. Me voy a llevar bien con esta y si tengo que decir que ya no soy del norte, lo digo.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Lo haré. Que le diga no quiere decir que lo piense, así que todo bien. Ya iré por después por la espalda, hombre. Que mucho te piensas tú que estas son unas pringadas y verás. ¿Y este por qué mira tanto?
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Y lo haré, no te preocupes. Puedes confiar en mí. Mi amiga, no mi señora, mi amiga. Además, esta es tan bien hecha que es que... Ole tú. Vamos a ver Cersei qué tal han hecho. No, tiene cara de hombre el actor. Oh, el trono de hierro, qué guay. Ahí hay dos, ¿quiénes serán? Ay, creo que es el hijo pequeño. Ah, no, es Tyrion. El hijo pequeño, claro. Creo que es Tyrion, no, Dios mío. Estoy emocionándome ahora mismo. ¿Estoy andando yo o no? Oh, sí, estoy andando yo, vale. Todos aquí de aquí al lado, no sé quiénes son ninguno. Pero ese es Tyrion, ahí sentado en un mini tronín. ¡Qué mono! Mírale, chaval, que bien están.
Ah, Lady Margaery.
Ostras, clavadísimo.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
Hostia, también está muy bien. Hostia, igual las cejas, tío, son sus cejas teñidas. Me arrodillo.
Your Grace.
Está complacida, tú complácete.
Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Que sí, pesa.
Is your family loyal to the king?
Yo no hablo por mi familia, pero...
Ask the new Lord Forrester.
Al único al verdadero rey. Al del norte.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
Perdona, no me pongas esa cara.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say.
Ahí, este Tyrion es muy listo,
Girl is clever.
She only meant.
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said.
Joder, tío.
I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would give her the chance to explain.
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
Ay, Dios mío.
They were the wardens of the north. We all
Esa allí, esa es buena.
Clever girl.
Madre mía, Tyrion, chaval, me están así psicoanalizando. No la satisface, me cago en ella, tío.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Sí, por supuesto. No,
He is the warden of the north, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
Tú que estás de parte de la de Tyrion, nunca estás de parte de Tyrion.
Answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Por supuesto.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock.
Que me estás poniendo nerviosa.
To see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Ay, no sé qué decir.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Joder, que con recordar a eso, pero sí que no sé qué decirte, tío.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Margaery here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms.
Perdona, yo voy a ser la reina. Reina, así que calla la boca.
Should she be held accountable?
Ay, Dios mío. Que ya lo lamenta.
I'm sure she regrets it.
Chaval, casi no me da tiempo.
Perhaps.
Joder.
Perhaps not.
Encima se me enfada esta.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts?
Yo si pudiera ahora mismo te pillaba, daba un par de ollas.
One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question.
Pues sí, pesa, coño. ¿Qué quieres que
If
te...?
your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question.
Ser fiel al rey.
Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
Pero en realidad es a Margaery, pero que estoy diciendo lo que no pienso, ¿eh?
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Y que si
My
Tyrion,
sense
joder,
is this
parece
girl
que
will
vamos,
say
vamos a matar
almost
aquí.
anything to get what she wants, which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Y no me mires así. Que he dicho lo que tú has querido que dijera. Esta es buena gente, mira qué cara de buena gente tiene.
I'll walk you out.
Gracias.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton.
Es que los porteros no son
We
tan
only
mal, pero...
spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Margaery was humiliated. Although
sí, no
Cersei
quería.
seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression.
No me agrada Cersei, se lo voy a decir así porque sé que a Tyrion tampoco,
I don't
entonces.
particularly like her.
Yet you did your best to please. You'll do well here in King's Landing. My sister and I have our differences.
Lo sé.
She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Margaery might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Yo...
It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
Yo quiero ver a Sansa.
3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Espero que volvamos a vernos. Mierda, no he dicho nada.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Perdón, yo ya sé muy bien que se hace en Desembarco del Rey, que por eso le he puesto la... bueno, le he subido un altar a la Cersei.
Mira, I was worried.
How
was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
No, me fue bien, lo que yo quiero.
It went well.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
Sí, yo la dejé contenta, vamos,
Lady
chaval.
Margaery has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated
Esa boda no me la
way
pierdo.
at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th born sons.
Sir Jamie. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Hola, si le falta una mano.
It's true.
Que no pasa nada a la gente que le falta una mano, pero...
Martell, the red
Ese sí me cae bien. Oberyn Martell, ese es un máquina.
I'm told he has a paramour.
Es muy guapo, ya
Which I
está.
doubt is
Yo qué sé, tío.
He is quite handsome and quite passionate, from what I've heard.
¿Quién? ¿El
Perhaps
Jaime
me and
Lannister o el
Margaery
otro?
can make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
Sí, sí, sí,
Although,
doy fe.
marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Claro, ¿por qué no? Tú sueña, bonita.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
No.
He
Ya te
does
lo voy
have a
comentando.
certain look about him.
No con Joffrey ni,
And he's
vamos,
always
ni de
treated Lady
Blasing.
Margaery well.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would
Está
marry
loco,
him.
me está contando.
Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
¿En serio? O sea, no sé quién eres, pero...
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister.
Pues sería
What a
graciosa, en el
perfect
fondo.
match.
Me imagino juntos.
Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Sebron con Sansa también. No, al perro con Sansa.
Well,
Perdón,
Sarah?
mi señora.
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
Tío, pero ¿por qué recuerda todo Margaery? Me
this is
cago en
not a
10.
game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Y espero tú también.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over.
Qué bien está hecho ella.
Worse when I am queen.
O sea, qué clavadita.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly.
Bien, ha apreciado mi lealtad,
Your words
bien.
to Cersei
Sí,
were
sí.
brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family.
Hombre, Ramsay me da
I
un
do
cague, chaval.
appreciate
Tío,
your
está más
willingness
loco que
to
nadie.
appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you,
Más
my
que
lady.
Joffrey, eso ya te digo.
There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Pedir su ayuda. Pedir su ayuda.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Yo no me fío de la amiga, eh.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Prefiero hablar sola, no me fío, vamos.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
No siento, bonita. Lo siento, en serio. Pero no me fío. Lo siento, Sera. Lo siento.
Go on.
Joffrey...
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow.
Ay, Dios mío,
What
viene
would you have me
Ramsay.
do?
My
Haz lo
mother
que
fears
puedas,
our
hombre.
family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
Anda, por fin.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene.
No me seas
Is the
mala gente.
situation that dire?
Hombre, si va Ramsay, no es
Joffrey
tú.
will not look favorably on such a request.
Se lo ruego.
Please, Lady Margaery, I beg of you. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Ahí.
You're the only one who can help me. You have power over him, Lady Margaery, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Pero puedes mandar un cuervo que vaya rapidito, porque... Tenemos la otra punta del
Very
mundo.
well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Menos mal. Me ha ayudado esta. Menos mal que ha servido de algo, porque vamos. Si no, se lo voy a contar toda Cersei, me da cuenta. Camino real. Oh, somos otra vez este, qué guay. Pues yo diría que es momento de dejarlo aquí. Así que pausamos esto y espero que os haya gustado. Suscribáis si no estáis y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo, que será dentro de muy poquito. Así que chao, chao.